Hello everyone, I'm Taylor Cock. I'm here with the Esports Weekly with Coca-Cola. We are at the League of Legends World Championships. I'm sitting here with Phreak and Pastrytime, two casters here at Worlds. And I really wanted to talk to these two about their casting experience so far. Phreak, how has it been now that you're done making a bunch of horrible puns?
Oh, I'm not done. Like you say, done making but horrible puns. I'm never going to stop. So next time I think of one, it'll be out there. But, I mean, honestly, it's been a wonderful world so far.
What has been your favorite game so far? What has your favorite game to cast?
Ooh, favorite game to cast. Thing is, I don't actually remember the games that I cast specifically because there were just so many good games in general. I think the Fnatic AHQ comeback was one of the best ones because they aced them in the base and just I was able to like use some of my experience with League of Legends to know like, okay, the death time is this long. They could probably win the game and like as they're pushing up the base, you get to build the hype like they have to go now, they have to go for the base, but someone has to stay in the base to defend it because they'll lose it, they don't leave someone back, and then like so many different things went back and forth, and I got to like add all that, like all the complexity in the play-by-play, and I got to yell like, oh my god, another #1 seed, like everything like panned out, so I got to say all the cool hype things.
Screaming is always a good time, especially when you have one of these microphones here. Pastrytime, this is your first time casting at Worlds. How was your experience?
It's just been absolutely amazing here to be at Worlds. The team is great. It's been fun to hang out with guys like Phreak and the rest of the team. The production's been awesome. Like the crowd's amazing. The fans are amazing. Just, I've never done an event this massive before, and it was like I couldn't expect something like this, but it's been awesome.
So what exactly has been your favorite moment so far? Not necessarily a game, but what has been something that has been your absolute favorite?
I think, honestly, just getting up to the desk for the first time, looking out and seeing the crowd in Paris where I got to cast, and just being like, okay, this is much bigger than I thought it was going to be. And there's that feeling. And then finally getting through the first bits of a game, getting through the first parts of the broadcast, and then finally feeling like I'm hitting my stride when I'm casting. That was the big one for me. Just finally getting used to such a ridiculously big stage.
How has it been feeding off the crowd? How have you been able to take some of the energy that they've been spitting at you and throw it back at them?
Yeah, absolutely. Like we don't hear them that well, which is probably good because they're so damn loud. If we could hear them all the time, that would be super distracting. But just having them there and knowing that there are people cheering and how much is on the line for this event, as well as just working with such a good team and having casters that I really respect and I love a lot and I can work with, having a team that I really trust, has just made it so much easier because these guys have so much experience compared to me, and working with such veterans has been great.
Well, what's been something that they have taught you? What have you learned here that you're going to take all the way back east?
Be calm. No matter the pressure, no matter the stage, just stay calm and do your job.
So, as for the games themselves, what has been your both of you? What have been your biggest surprises so far? Whether it be an upset or a champion pick, whatever you want here.
I would say the 0-10 NA run, like that hurt a little bit. CLG was top 2 in their group, Cloud9 and 3-0'd. TSM, okay, they were probably going to crash and burn anyway, but like the catastrophic failures of all of North America in the last week, like, was a surprise in a bad way.
What happened to NA in that last week? Where exactly did that huge choke come from?
I mean, they lost 10 games. This is where it came from. I mean, C9, like the 3-0 was obviously a bit of a fluke. The fact that they lost 4 in a row was a bit surprising. Like a lot of those games were winnable. You know, you've got like, I guess one new guy on the stage. Ben Conation played okay, but I don't know. I mean, like that. I mean, like you could analyze all 10 of the games that NA lost and come up with reasons why. Ultimately, they got outplayed. And the competition's really good here at Worlds. The teams were better than the North American teams there in the second week, so they lost the games.
How about you, Pastry? What was your biggest surprise so far?
All of week 1, maybe. I think LGD actually going 0-3 and then 0-4, and then eventually winning some games that unfortunately didn't matter for them. Like, we expected the Chinese teams to be good. Maybe not as good as some other people thought because we do know them very well. IG played about as expected. EDG played worse than expected, but still at a decent level, and we thought they'd come up as well. But LGD just face-planting into the world stage was just a complete shock.
Well, those last 2 games, it was like, oh, wait, all of a sudden, here's that LGD that we're expecting. Imp was playing up to his level. What do you think happened to them? Why didn't they show up?
I think the Chinese teams, and I believe they said this themselves as well, just didn't quite practice enough for the event, didn't have the mindset, didn't have enough good scrim partners or really focus. And they couldn't translate the skills that they built up all year long in their big seasons to a very different, very new Worlds meta. And I just feel like they failed to adapt as quickly as they could. And so when they got to the end of it, they were actually able to win some games because they kind of got it, but it was too late for them. They'd already lost too many games.
Absolutely. All right, guys, that's going to be it for us with Esports Weekly. He's sitting here with Phreak and Pastrytime. Remember to follow us on Twitter, #Esports Weekly, and we will see you next time.